good morning and a very warm welcome back to the channel on this very wet and windy day. Heated grips are on full blast and we're on our way to TF Motorcycles, which is located between Kingsland and Wisbech. And I'm going to be having the Anlas Capra X fitted to the Royal Enfield Himalayan. So for those of you that didn't see my last video, I made a little bit of a short list of what I was kind of going for and my criteria when buying a new motorcycle tyre. So if you haven't seen that video, I'd encourage you to check it out. Give you a little bit more of an insight into my thought process and why I've gone for what I've gone for. Now, regular viewers of the channel will know that I haven't moaned at all about the standard sayets on this bike. I can feel it squirming around a bit. Don't get me wrong, you can still come down these lanes, it's doable, but if you do want to push on, you probably want something a little bit more off-road focused. Struggling a little bit here, definitely more than I would with the TTR. As I mentioned in the last video as well, tyres aren't on the best of this. Okay, front is sliding. Whoa, shit! That wasn't even wet! That wasn't even wet! Just went on the gas a little bit. Nearly set me off. I don't want to sound like a broken record, but again, tyres aren't helping me now. I want something that's going to work with me, not against me. And certainly in the winter months, when it's really muddy here, especially in the UK, they just don't do the trick for me. So that's the second thing I'd hate about the Royal Enfield Himalayan, is the tyres. So as you can probably tell, I'm really excited to be getting rid of these. They work. I think I'm in the wrong lane here actually. I'm getting distracted talking to you guys. Brilliant on the road. And as a road tyre, if I was just solely looking to do road riding, I wouldn't upgrade these at all. They're absolutely perfect. They've done just a tad over 1,400 miles now, no issues whatsoever. But on the green lanes, they're not for me, so stick around and I'll take you to the dealership with me. Okay, so 20 minutes later we find ourselves just coming into TF Motorcycles, so blooming horrible conditions today. I think it's about 8 degrees but feels like 2 with the wind. Gotta give a big shout out to this LS2 jacket I'm wearing today. Worst conditions I've ever worn it in. I'm bone dry. Lovely and warm as well, so yeah, huge props to that. So TF Motorcycles, I'm not sure how long they've been operating now, but specialise in Sinus Motorcycles. One of the guys that actually works there is ex-Hinkley Triumph, so if you're in the local area you've got a Triumph, yeah, this might be the place to bring it to. But let's go inside, have a chat to the guys, see what they've got. Okay, so the new rubber's been fitted, so let's have a look at how they look. So, much more aggressive tread pattern there on the front, as you can see. And on the back, much more aggressive than it looked in the pictures. You can see there, you know, the big old grooves there in the tyres. These are more of a 50-50 tyre really, but there's a tad concerned they'd be a little bit too road biased, but just look at them here. I think we're going to be okay. So, take you out for my very first ride, very first impressions on the road at least. Like I've mentioned on the way up here, it has actually stopped raining now, which is good, but it's still very miserable, very windy, and it's still soaking wet on the ground, and I've got new tyres on. So, not the best conditions for a first stand down. Not the best conditions really for a first test, so I'm not going to be going crazy and trying to chuck this around corners, but what I can give you is my initial first impressions on grip, at least, and feel, and road noise as well. Maybe the road noise not so much because it's so damn windy today, but yeah, you can definitely tell I've got new tyres on. They're a lot more inflated than the old Seats, that's for sure. With the Seats, believe it or not, in over a year of ownership, I never pumped them up once, and the reason for that is that actually, for a little bit of green laning, slightly lower pressures isn't really an issue. So yeah, I just kind of let them go down naturally and kind of figured it would help me on the lane. So yeah, these do feel a little bit different, but it's simply because they've got more air in them. But yeah, they feel absolutely fine. Well, I'll just cut the video here. It's a little bit windy. I'll wait until we get a few little bends and we'll pick it up, and I'll let you know how she feels around corners. Dip her into this first corner, see how she feels. Just drop it down a gear. Like I said, I'm not going to go crazy. It's wet and new tyres as well, but absolutely fine. Being a more kind of blocky pattern on the tread, I didn't know if it would you know, there'd be a few more vibes. The bike wouldn't seem as smooth, but it's not the case. So yeah, very, very first initial impressions on the road. Really, really happy. I've ridden 1 mile so far, so you know, my opinions may change, but at the moment, yeah, really, really happy. Of course, the main reason I brought these is for more traction on the trail, so that will be the real test. So what we'll do is we will go off and find a very sodden green lane by the looks of it, and I'll take you down there quickly, and we'll see how she fares. Catch up with you soon. Okay guys, so you join me back now at the start of Sandy Lane. So regular viewers of the channel will know that this is my kind of regular test bed. It's probably the trickiest technical lane near me. So I'll be honest, I wasn't going to come down here today. It's been chucking it down all night, and the last time I came down here I had my first off on the bike. So another video on the channel you may want to check out if I remember. I'll try and link that one down below as well. So I was going to go for a slightly easier lane, but I thought that wouldn't give me you know, a full kind of representation of what the new tyres are actually like. So yeah, down Sandy Lane it is, I guess. So just a little bit of an update on the road ride. So it's probably been about 10-15 miles to get here, and super impressed with these new Anlas Capra X's on the road. After I turned the camera off after the last clip, a few more bends, a little bit of stop-start traffic, a few more corners to go around, and accelerating, going around the corners, everything really. I just had confidence from the get-go, which is what you want in a tyre. So from a road perspective, like I say, not many miles on them, but so far really, really happy. So the question you all want to know, and the question I want to know, the main reason I brought them in the first place, is what are they going to be like off-road? Now I've got my road boots on today. There's lots of puddles, so I'm going to get absolutely drenched. So if you see me slowing down a bit for the puddles, well, that's why. They're going to be pretty damn deep, I think. And again, regular viewers of the channel will know that I keep talking about taking the rubbers out of the foot pegs for the lanes. Guess what I haven't done, folks? They're still in. I've got to put that right this weekend. I've got some more spare time, so yeah, my feet are absolutely drenched already. I don't know how deep this is going to be down here. Very is the answer. Okay, let's lift this visor up a little bit. Try and get up on the pegs despite the dodgy foot pegs. A little bit of a slide there. A little bit of a loss of traction, but she kept going okay. Sit down again for this sandy section. It's a little bit wetter today, so the sand's going to be a tad easier, which is undoubtedly a good thing, because I'm awful at riding in it. But yeah, so far so good. Like I say, I've not got all of my off-road gear on today, so I'm not gonna chuck it down this lane at the speed of light. I never tend to do that anyway, no matter what I'm wearing. There we go, just changed line there. I imagine this is going to be pretty deep. Oh, I don't really want to be this side, to be honest. Okay, foot down, let's get over here. No, it's not too bad. Not too bad at all. Now for me, when I'm on the lanes, I don't mind the rear moving around a little bit. For me, the front tyre is the main concern. That's where I want confidence. I don't want that front washing out on me. If the rear moves around a little bit, breaks traction, I'm quite content controlling that, but the front grip, that's where I want the confidence in this tyre. So far so good. Like I mentioned in the previous video, I was very tempted to fit a TKC80 to the front of this, just because it's got a more aggressive tread pattern. I thought it would give me a little more grip than the Anlas, but you know, you can mix tyres up for going off-road, it's no issue at all, but kind of wanted to stick with the same brand and kind of wanted to give these a go. Now we're powering through here because it's wet, so I can't say that these tyres are better than the say it's through sand on that section, because it was a hell of a lot harder last time I came down here and fell off. But that being said, I think it's the first time I've got through this sandy section without dabbing, so is it the tyres? Is it because it's a bit moister? I don't know, but so far so good. It's going to get a little bit muddier down here, so this will be a bit of a better test. Oh, it looks deep. How deep is it? I don't know. It's so hard to judge. Okay, this should be the last puddle I should be able to get through. The last one this time of year. It's going to be not impassable on the bike, but isn't something I'm going to want to do anyway. So I'm going to go around the outside of this. Oh, look at all these logs. It ain't moving. It ain't moving. Oh man. Okay. I don't know if you can see that on camera, but it's dug in. This log's the issue. So, or part of the issue. See if I can drag this out of the way without actually dropping the bike. Luckily, the mud's so deep it's kind of holding it in place, but what I don't want is the bike to end up in that puddle. It's going to be a helmet off job again, folks, I'm afraid. So Wish me luck. Well, thanks. There's one thing you can say about the Himalayan diaries recently. It's been eventful, that's for sure. Oh, what a nightmare. Most of this is my fault. You had all of these logs here for pedestrians to obviously cross on without getting soaked. This one here on the left was buried under, I couldn't see it. That big one running across horizontally there, the stand caught on that, and that is one issue with the Himalayan, the ground clearance. But I should have really known my enemy there, and either not done it or moved the logs beforehand. But I thought the bike was going to go in the water then. I haven't helped myself with the boots, there's no traction on these whatsoever. Nightmare. Again, haven't helped myself with the foot pegs. Nightmare. Also, at one point during that, I don't know if you could tell or the mic picked it up, but I was revving the tits off the bike and it was in neutral. Again, my fault. So, don't really think we can blame the Anlas tyres for that. Well, look at my hands. Oh, try and dry these off there. God. Grips are filthy. Okay. So what have we learnt there about the tyres? Not a lot. Apart from, once again, I'm an idiot. But you all knew that already, so... On a serious note though, I do feel as though I have more confidence on this trail with these tyres. I'm certainly going down this section a lot more swiftly than I would do on the standard Sayat, so it's early days, but so far so good for the tyres. I'll give you a more comprehensive review when I've done a few more miles on them, but we'll call it a success for the tyres today and a failure for me, but hopefully you found that useful. A little bit more drama there than we wanted to have in the video. Thank you, Mr. Postman. God, it's knackered me out, that has. I'm absolutely exhausted. But I hope you enjoyed, folks. As always, thank you all so much for watching. Ride safe. And until the next time, goodbye. Hello folks, just thought I'd turn the camera back on. I've just had an off on the bike, unfortunately. Car was coming the other way and I tried to go up here, lost the front end on the leaves and the grass, and dropped the bike. No damage, luckily. Bit of a dent in my pride. It's not been going very well recently, has it? But the reason I've turned the camera back on is just to show you the Himi. I mean, there's a little bit of a scratch there on the exhaust and that'll rub off. There's nothing on it whatsoever. What a hero this bike is. But yeah, had a few offs recently. We need to turn it back a notch. So again, guys, thanks for watching. Ride safe. I'll see you in the next one.